A funeral. My twin sister in a coffin. Silence thick enough to choke on. Then, my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. I'm alive. That's not me in the casket. My hands shook. My heart stopped. I typed back. Who are you? The reply hit harder than the grave dirt falling on the casket. Can't say. They're watching. Don't trust our parents. And what I uncovered next left me speechless. My name is Alara, I'm 25 years old, and last week, I buried my twin sister. At least, I thought I did. Her name was Isla. My mirror. My other half. We were inseparable as kids, finishing each other's sentences, trading places for pranks, holding each other up when the world pushed too hard. But Isla had a darkness too. Secrets. Long nights sneaking out. Whispers I was never allowed to hear. And then just like that she was gone. The call came on a rainy Tuesday. We found Isla's body, the police said flatly. Car accident. Instant. My world cracked. The funeral was fast, too fast. A closed casket. For our peace. The church smelled of lilies, but the silence was wrong. It wasn't grief. It was calculation. My parents sat stiff, faces unreadable. No sobs, no shaking hands, no shattered hearts. Just stillness. Too still. At the graveside, as the coffin lowered, my phone buzzed in my pocket. I shouldn't have checked. But my hands moved on their own. Unknown number. For words that made my blood run cold. I'm alive. That's not me. The ground tilted. I nearly dropped the phone. I typed with trembling thumbs. Who are you? The reply came instantly. Can't say. They're watching. Don't trust our parents. I looked up at Mom and Dad. Perfect posture. Perfect masks. Were they the watchers? My heart pounded. Dirt fell on the coffin with dull thuds. But all I could hear was my sister's voice in my head, whispering, "Run, Ilara, run." I stood frozen by the graveside, the phone heavy in my hand. Everyone else bowed their heads in silence. The priest mumbled prayers. My parents didn't glance my way. I couldn't breathe. My twin was supposed to be in that coffin. But the text burned on my screen like fire. I'm alive. Don't trust our parents. My stomach twisted. When the crowd drifted away, I slipped behind the church and typed back. Where are you? No reply. I tried again. If you're Isla, prove it. Seconds ticked. Then the phone buzzed. A photo appeared. It was us. 10 years old. In matching dresses. Sitting on the roof of our house with the neighbor's cat between us. A photo only Isla and I would know. My knees buckled. I typed frantically. Why would Mom and Dad lie? What's happening? The reply was slower this time. Because the truth would destroy them. I can't explain yet. Just don't let them know you heard from me. I looked back toward the cemetery. My parents were watching me now. Not mourning. Watching. I shoved the phone into my coat pocket, pasted on a fake smile, and walked to the car. Mom's hand brushed my arm. Are you all right, Ilara? Her tone was sweet. Too sweet. Fine, I lied. Dad added, we should all move forward now. Isla would want peace. Peace. My twin might be alive, sending desperate warnings, and they were preaching peace? At home, I locked myself in my room and replayed everything. Isla's secrets. The late-night calls she'd hang up when I entered. Her sudden car accident. I scrolled back to the photo she sent. My chest tightened. This wasn't a prank. It couldn't be. I whispered. What have they done to you? That night, I didn't sleep. Every creak of the house felt like a threat. Every shadow stretched too long. At 2 a.m., another buzz. Ilara, listen carefully. If they ask about me, say nothing. If you push too hard, you'll end up where I am. And trust me, you don't want that. I sat up, pulse racing. Where was she? Why couldn't she just tell me? My door creaked open suddenly. I flinched, hiding the phone under my pillow. Mom peeked in, her face pale in the hall light. You're awake. Yeah, I croaked. She lingered. Too long. Then whispered. You need rest. Big day tomorrow. Big day. I wanted to scream, to demand answers. But Isla's warning echoed in my head. Don't trust them. So I nodded. Okay. Mom shut the door. Footsteps faded down the hall. I pulled the phone back out, hands trembling. Typed one desperate message. Then tell me the truth. What really happened to you? The reply came instantly. Meet me tomorrow. Alone. Morning light didn't feel like light anymore. It felt like a spotlight. Every move I made, brushing my teeth, pouring coffee, grabbing my coat, felt watched. Mom hovered in the kitchen, too chipper for someone who just buried a daughter. Dad sat with his newspaper, unread, eyes flicking up every time I shifted. They were waiting, watching, testing me. I forced a smile. Going for a walk. Mom's head tilted. Be back for lunch. Her tone wasn't casual. It was an order. I left without answering. Once outside, I texted the number. Where? The reply came fast. Old train station. Noon. The old train station was abandoned years ago. Rusted tracks, graffiti-covered walls, glass shattered in jagged teeth. No one went there, which made it the perfect place for secrets. My heart hammered as I approached. The cold air bit my cheeks. My boots crunched broken glass. Then, I saw her. A hood pulled low. Shoulders hunched. But when she lifted her head, I froze. Isla. Her face thinner, eyes hollow, but it was her. My twin. My mirror. Tears blurred my vision. Oh my God. Isla. She rushed forward, grabbed my hands. Quiet. No names. They're watching. I pulled back, desperate. What is going on? They said you died. I saw your casket. She shook her head violently. That wasn't me. I can't explain everything now. Just know I had to disappear. Disappear? Why? What do our parents have to do with this? Her eyes darted around the station. They're not who you think. Dad, he's not just running his business. And Mom knows everything. The accident was staged. I got out but not clean. They think I'm gone. You have to keep it that way. My stomach dropped. You're saying they faked your death? Our parents. She gripped my wrists, nails biting into my skin. Don't ask questions here. Don't go back the same way you came. They'll check. I pulled away, tears streaming. I can't just leave you like this. Come home. Her face twisted. Home isn't safe. Not for me. Not for you. A noise echoed, metal clanging from the far end of the station. Isla stiffened. Go. Now. Panic surged. When will I see you again? She backed into the shadows. Soon. I'll find you. Just, don't trust them. And whatever you do, don't look in the study. The study. Our father's locked room. The one we were never allowed inside. Before I could ask more, she vanished into the dark. I stumbled out, heart racing, her words repeating like a curse. Don't trust them. Don't look in the study. And as I walked home, one thought consumed me. I had to see what was inside that room. The study had always been off limits. Growing up, Dad's rule was simple. Never open that door. As kids, Isla and I would press our ears against the wood, giggling. Sometimes we heard muffled phone calls. Sometimes the shuffle of papers. Once, a sound like crying. Now her warning echoed in my head. Don't look in the study. Which of course meant I had to. That night, I waited until the house was quiet. Mom and Dad retreated to their room, doors locked, lights off. I crept down the hall, socks silent on the floorboards. The study door loomed. Heavy oak. A lock gleamed under the dim light. My hands shook as I tried the knob. Locked. But Isla and I had shared secrets, including the one about the loose floorboard under the stairs where Dad once dropped a spare key. I pried it open, fingers trembling, and there it was. The key slid into the lock with a click. Inside smelled of tobacco and old paper. The air was heavy, stale, suffocating. Stacks of files lined the desk. Cabinets stuffed with manila folders. Maps pinned to the walls with red string crisscrossing like veins. I flicked through a folder. Names. Photos. Bank accounts. None of them ours. Another file. My sister's face. stamped in red. Deceased. My stomach lurched. Beneath it, another photo. Me. Same stamp. Pending. I staggered back, heart pounding in my ears. A floorboard creaked behind me. Maeve. No, it was Mom's voice. Soft. Chilling. What are you doing in here? I froze. The file slipped from my hands. Mom stepped into the doorway, her nightgown ghostly in the dim light. Her eyes weren't surprised. They were resigned. You weren't supposed to see that, she whispered. My voice cracked. Why does this file say Isla is dead? Why does mine say pending? She sighed, glancing at the desk. Because some truths are safer buried. Rage surged. You faked her death. You've been lying to me. Her lips pressed into a thin line. We didn't fake it. We protected her. Just like we'll protect you if you let us. Protected? The word tasted bitter. From who? I demanded. Her eyes flicked toward the window, as though shadows outside were listening. There are people who want things your father has. Information. Deals. Isla got too close. She had to disappear. For her own good. My chest tightened. She's alive. I saw her. I spoke to her. Mom's face hardened. Then she's put you in danger too. I backed toward the door, clutching the file to my chest. You're lying. Her voice dropped to a whisper. Ilara, if you love your sister, stay away. If they know she's alive, neither of you will survive. The floorboards above creaked. Dad was awake. Mom's eyes narrowed. Go. Nah. Pretend you never saw this. For both your sakes. I bolted from the study, heart slamming against my ribs. But her warning only made me more determined. Because if my file said pending, it meant the clock was already ticking. And I needed answers before time ran out. Sleep was impossible. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the file. Isla. Deceased. Me, pending. By dawn, I made my decision. If I wanted the truth, I couldn't run. I had to confront it head-on. I texted Isla. We need to meet again. Tonight. The reply was instant. Too dangerous. They're already suspicious. I typed back. They know. I found the file. A pause. Then. Midnight. Same place. The entire day dragged like an eternity. My parents acted normal. Too normal. Dad drank his coffee, scrolled his phone, muttered about business meetings. Mom hummed while she cooked. But their eyes tracked me with every move I made. When midnight finally came, I slipped out, every nerve screaming. The train station loomed, colder than before. Isla was there, pacing, her hood pulled low. She grabbed me. Why did you go into the study? Because you told me not to, I snapped. And I found our files. They want me gone too, don't they? Her eyes filled with tears. It's worse than that. Dad isn't just hiding money. He's hiding people. Names. Identities. He makes deals with dangerous men. If anyone talks, if anyone crosses him, they disappear. I staggered back. Disappear? Like you. She nodded. I found out too much. He staged my accident to keep me quiet. But I escaped before they buried me in more than just lies. My hands shook. And Mom? She's part of it too. Isla hesitated. She thinks she's protecting us. But she's trapped. Ilara. Just like I was. The words hit hard. Mom's warnings replayed in my head. If you love your sister, stay away. Isla's grip tightened. You have to leave town. Tonight. Take the files. Expose them if you can. But don't let them catch you. Suddenly, footsteps echoed. Heavy. Sharp. We froze. A voice thundered through the station. Ilara. Dad. He stepped into the shadows, rage burning in his eyes. I knew it. I knew you couldn't stay out of it. Isla shoved me toward the exit. Run. But Dad's men appeared from both sides, shadows closing in. For the first time in my life, I realized the truth. This wasn't just about favoritism. This wasn't just about secrets. My parents weren't who I thought at all. And now, we were caught. The air in the station felt suffocating, heavy with menace. Dad's men surrounded us, their boots crunching glass. Dad stepped closer, his voice calm, terrifyingly calm. Ilara, you should have listened. Curiosity kills. Just like it almost killed Isla. I clutched Isla's hand. Almost. She's alive. And you can't hide it anymore. His jaw tightened. She was supposed to stay gone. You don't understand the kind of people watching us. If they know she survived, if they know you've seen her, none of us will be safe. I shouted back, safe? You call this safe? You staged your own daughter's death. Isla pulled a phone from her pocket. Not staged enough. On the screen, a red recording dot blinked. Every word Dad had spoken. Every threat. His face blanched. You wouldn't. She raised her chin. Try me. The men hesitated, glancing at each other. Dad barked. Take the phone. Chaos exploded. Isla shoved the phone into my hand. Go. I sprinted toward the exit, adrenaline blazing. Behind me, shouting, footsteps, the sound of struggle. I burst into the street, dialing Victor, the only person I trusted. Meet me now, I gasped. I have proof. By dawn, the recording was in safe hands. Victor's lawyer friend duplicated it, sent copies to contacts in the press, and locked one with the police. By evening, headlines screamed, businessman under investigation, alleged cover-up and fake death of daughter. The fallout was immediate. Dad's empire crumbled under the weight of exposure. Mom stayed silent, her face pale, her perfect mask shattered. And Isla, finally free, stood beside me in the sunlight for the first time in months. She smiled weakly. Guess we're both alive after all. I hugged her, tears streaming. Alive. And not hiding anymore. But even in that relief, a truth lingered. Our family was gone. The parents we thought we knew were strangers in suits and masks. And yet, standing there with Isla, I realized something. We didn't need them. We had each other. The funeral had been a lie. The casket had been empty. But now we were writing our own ending. I whispered half to myself, half to her. They'll never silence us again. For the first time I believed it. And for the first time, the silence wasn't terrifying. It was freedom.